Seems like yesterday we used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. So far from hanging on the block for dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime, the night they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you.
It's kinda hard with you not around. Know you in heaven smiling down, watching us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you, till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep you, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed, strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the six, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gone. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you. Somebody tell me why
In times of darkness, love sees. In times of silence, love hears. In times of doubt, love hopes. And in times of sorrow, love heals. And in all times, love remembers. May time soften the pain until all that remains is the warmth of the memories and the love. The warmth of the memories and the depth of the love and the tremendous sorrow are palpable in the chapel this afternoon. Dear friends, we have come together because we love Mac as a son, a brother, a father, an uncle and a mate. Here we will mourn him leaving us, honour his life, reverently farewell his body, and comfort one another. We come believing that all human life is valuable, no matter how it is begun or how it is ended. We come to claim the truth and integrity which lived and died in this life and which lives on in us. We come believing that Mac's life, which we remember today and for which we now experience great loss, is joined with all life, stretching into the past and into the future. His life was lived in its uniqueness with us and has now passed into the ultimate community of human existence with all its embracing diversity. At this moment, as we come face to face with death, especially this tragic death, we have many feelings alongside our grief. This is a harsher moment than we expected. Around this death are more questions than answers. In the face of that, let us open our hearts to each other in mutual comfort and reassurance. Mac chose the manner and the time of his dying, and this is hard for us to face. In our grief, we ask ourselves whether if we'd been different people or done something more for him, he would have stayed longer with us and chosen a gentler death. There will never be enough tears to express our pain as we recognise his pain at the ending of his life. We are facing the truth that in Mac there were needs that could not be met by any of us, and probably questions that will be not answered in this lifetime. We are facing the truth that sometimes in our humanness we will never have enough to offer for the unlocking of life and the sustaining of life in another, even though we might give it all we have to give. We may live with the questions forever, but the affirmation for us at this moment is that all that is ever required of us to do is our best in loving each other and in responding to each other's needs. That is all we can ever do, all we can ever offer. This we have done in all integrity as ordinary, fallible human beings, as family and friends of Mac. On behalf of his loving mother Jodie, stepfather Nathan, sisters Jada and Kiyomi, his brother and sister from another mother Corey and Kira, his Nin and Pop, his nephew Harlan and Nisa Mali, and his children Jamal and Harper. I welcome you here and thank you for being with them at this most difficult time. I also welcome all those watching online, especially cousins on the mainland. Jodie and the family will be forever grateful for the outpouring of love and support they have received over the past weeks. Knowing just how much Mac was loved has brought them great comfort. You are all here today because you have one important thing in common. Your lives have been touched by the good fortune of having known Mac. We are bound together by our common links of friendship, love, and kinship. Today we will touch on points of Mac's life that will have affected you all in different ways and will mean different things to each of you. They may evoke memories which you can take away and keep safe. Most importantly, this is an opportunity to share memories of the life and personality that was Mac. Strong, loyal, honourable, comical, but most of all, devoted to his family. Following the service, you are warmly invited to join the family at the Menai Hotel in South Burnie to share your stories of Mac and provide comfort for one another. It is inevitable that you will feel grief and pain today. In fact, you may feel angry, shocked, or cheated that Mac's life ended so suddenly and unexpectedly. But this is natural, and these emotions need to run their course. You may feel that his loss is impossible to put into words, or even perhaps to accept. It may seem impossible to find the appropriate words to say to his family, or even to say to each other. There are no words that can do justice to such a profound loss. But in your sadness, it is important to remember that grief is a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. When you find yourself doubting your capacity to recover, be patient and realise that the grief process, though lengthy, ultimately does bring healing. The hurt is almost unbearable, yet we will live through it. It is because we feel such deep pain. It is because the inner ache is so great that we realise how much we loved him. And yet the agony inside gives us strange comfort. It tells us how much we will miss him, and we really wouldn't want to feel any other way, because the grief and the heartache we feel bears witness to the depths of our love. We know that thoughts of him will forever bring us comfort. Born on the 23rd of April 1993 in the old Burnie Hospital where Harvey Norman stands today, Meraki Shaka James Mansell, Mac, as has been known from 2 weeks old, when his great auntie on his dad's side gave him a taste of a Macca's milkshake, and he licked his lips in delight. Mac was a beautiful, laid-back baby, and as a toddler would placidly take himself off for his afternoon nap, enjoying everything that he did. He loved it when his cousins and aunties came to help Mum, and loved the bond that he made with them. Mac attended several primary schools: Acton, Boat Harbour, Redcar and Somerset. But although he loved Redcar, school just wasn't his cup of tea, finishing grade 5 at Somerset Primary and not returning to formal education until a short stint at Parklands High in grade 9. Mac much preferred to be outdoors, working with his hands and his head. At Somerset Primary, he met a great friend, Corey, and they have been brothers ever since. From watching a movie way back called How High, they decided they would name their sons Jamal and Silas after the characters in the movie, and sure enough, they did. Mac's mum did it tough for a few years with the kids and lived a life on the streets and couch surfing between family and friends until a house came up for them in Payne Street. There was great excitement when they moved in, and life was on the up for a while. But Mac didn't covet comfort. He much preferred living a life with his own rules and liked being on the street with his mates later in his teenage years, living life hard and fast. He joined the show circuit from the age of 14, travelling around Australia. This was his first introduction to the drug scene and a life that spiralled out of control. Not always making the best choices, drugs eventually became an everyday part of his life, and Mac found himself on the wrong side of the law on several occasions, resulting in multiple holidays in the Pink Palace, where he made lifelong mates. He loved his family always, and although knowing his choices were often bad, he also owned his mistakes, never blaming others, though at times he was influenced by those around him that would persuade him to take the wrong path. Fishing and footy were Mac's passions. He was a one-eyed Collingwood supporter. Unfortunately, all of you that are his fishing buddies, you're shit out of luck because he's taken these favourite spots to the grave. Well done, Mac. On the footy field, he was a formidable opponent, as I'm sure the guys down the back will agree. Fit, fast, and hard-hitting, occasionally knocking out the odd opponent. He loved the friendships he made through footy, especially the Rosebery Toorak Football Club, and he loved playing the game. Mac had 2 children that he loved dearly, Jamal, who has been a part of his life since he was born, and Harper, who he was just getting to know. Mac loved his kids and tried hard to be the best dad possible for them. He was always trying every day to father his kids in a better way. Mac had met a new partner, Kayla, and had taken her boys, Hunter and Mason, on as his own. Life appeared to be taking a good turn, and he was trying hard to be a better person. He was resourceful and could make anything work. He was great with cars and bikes, loving the hands-on stuff. He was also pretty good on the online pokies. On the outside, Mac played hard, but on the inside, he really was a bit of a softie. He loved his mum deeply, and her recent illnesses worried him as he was not prepared to lose her. He gave her the best Mother's Day ever this year and wrote a deeply heartfelt message in her card. Sadly, as issues started to build up for Mac, he made that tragic, irreversible decision in the early hours of last Monday, a decision that would rob those who loved him from spending more time with him. There are no answers to the question why. But if anything positive is to come out of the legacy that Mac has left us, it is this: the clear messages. Avoid drugs, talk about your problems, and think about the choices that you make. The world has lost a fabulous son, grandson, uncle, father, brother, and mate. Let's not let his death be in vain. Sleep peacefully, Mac. Our love goes with you. We now have the privilege of viewing photographs depicting aspects of Mac's life. The family have chosen See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Eyes Closed by Ed Sheeran.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last
So
ride.
let the light guide your way. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
It's a bad idea, but how can I help myself? Been inside for most this year, and I thought a few drinks, they might help. It's been a while, my dear, dealing with the cards life dealt. I'm still holding back these tears, well, my friends are somewhere else. I pictured this year a little bit different. When it hit February, a step in the bar, it hit me so hard. Oh, how can it be this heavy? Every song reminds me you're gone, and I feel the lump form in my throat, 'cause I'm here alone, just dancing with my eyes closed. 'Cause everywhere I look, I still see you, and time is moving so slow, and I don't know what else that I can do. So I'll keep dancing with my so I'll keep dancing with my delusion is here again, and I think you'll come home soon. But what brings me right back in? Then it's only me that's in this room. I guess I could just pretend the colors are more than blue, but I lost more than my friend. I can't help but missing you. I pictured this month a little bit different. No one is ever ready, and when it unfolds, you get in a hole. Oh, how can it be this heavy? Everything changes, nothing's the same, except the truth is now you're gone, and life just goes on. So I'm dancing with my eyes closed, 'cause everywhere I look, I still see you, and time is moving so slow, and I don't know what else that I can do. So I'll keep dancing with my so I'll keep dancing with my oh, I keep dancing with my. They're shutting the bar, they're cleaning the floor, and everyone is already home, but I'm on my own, still dancing with my eyes closed. 'Cause everywhere I look, I still see you, and time is moving so slow, and I don't know what else that I can do. So I'll keep dancing with my eyes closed. Oh, I keep dancing with my eyes closed. Oh, I keep dancing with my.
What a fun-loving guy he was. One of the most difficult things to do at a time like this is to write a tribute to someone whom you loved so dearly that you have lost. Many of his family and friends have done that, and I would like to invite his sisters Jada and Kiyomi, Mum as well, Jodie, to come forward.
find it. First of all, I'd just like to take a second to thank each and every person who's impacted us with positive support and love, and shown so much respect to Mac and us as his family. Hey, my bro, you always said you wouldn't make it to 30, but look what you did. You made it only just. We could have had you for another 30. We've always had an unbreakable bond, even if you did try and kill me a few times growing up. You had a temper on you, but you loved hard with everything you had. Your greatest love was always your family, your girls especially. You would move heaven and earth to ensure we were safe and raise hell to anyone who would even think of doing us harm. And a man, we felt that. No matter how many times you fucked up or you did the wrong thing, you always made a point of making it right, and you always made us so proud, even if you didn't know it. Even though we enjoyed lots of holidays to the Pink Palace, you made such a bond with my kids that they will never forget, and neither will I. You lived life hard and fast and packed so much into your short time, and had an impact on so many, which goes to show here today. You can remember him and only that he's gone, or you can cherish this memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what he would want, smile, open your eyes, love and go on. So hold your loved ones close, give those hugs and kisses, make memories, and please don't forget to catch them on camera. It's not goodbye because that would mean forever. It's until I see you again. Sleep peacefully, my beautiful brother. My guardian angel.
I remember when I was little and Mac was either playing the PlayStation or going to the Oval to have a kick of the footy. I'd always hang off of him like a bad smell until you would take me with you for a kick or cave in and let me play your favourite game with you. Or every Bernie show where you would always let me on your ride no matter how many times I'd lined up. You gave me the best childhood I could have asked for and showed me what a big brother's supposed to do. The memory I'll cherish the most is when you taught me how to play football. You taught me how to kick, how to tackle, and most importantly, how to understand the game. We shared a love over our footy, and I'll never forget the time you came and watched me play. You made me so happy by coming to show your support and, of course, coach me from the sidelines. I always looked up to you for so many reasons, some being your courage, your loyalty, and most of all, your strength. And just the way you could find the positives out of any situation, how much love you showed people, even when they weren't the kindest to you. You taught me to never judge anyone because you never know what a person is going through. And I'm sure one thing anyone and everyone can agree on is how big your heart was. You had so much time for your family and friends, and you were someone we could always rely on. No matter what time it was, whenever I needed advice or to vent to you, a hug, or to simply just hear your voice and infectious laugh, you'd always be there in a heartbeat, and I think that's what I'm going to miss most about you. The past few days have been going over in my head our last moments together. I'll always be thankful that I got to see you that night. I'll always remember your last words to me. I love you, my midget. I'll see you tomorrow for lunch. But little did I know that tomorrow would never come. I wish you could see how much of an impact you had on so many lives and how loved you were. But I hope now you're looking down on us with a drink in your hand and finally pain-free. There won't be a day that goes by where you won't be missed. You truly were too good for this world. I'll forever cherish every moment we spent together, me and you against the world, bro, just like we always used to say. Sleep peacefully, big brother. Until we meet again, love always, your little midget.
McAdoo, the day you decided to leave this world, my heart shattered into a million pieces. I feel as though I've been robbed of so many things. 30 years was just not enough, and I didn't finish telling you everything I could. And that's why it hurt so much, because your story still had so many chapters left to write. You were so much to so many, the most beautiful son a mother could ask for, and the best brother to your sisters and your mates. A father to your children, but an uncle to so many. You got on so well with all the kids who called you Uncle Mac because you were a big kid at heart yourself. My son, you were so full of life and spirit with a fear factor of 0. But you also had the most amazing and caring side. You'll give anyone the shirt off your back if it meant they could put one foot in front of the other. There is so much to miss about you, my boy, but most of all, it will be that contagious cackle. I will hold close all these special memories because they will be the things that give me light in all of this darkness. Me and you had such a special bond, one that had many things to test it but conquered above all else. You always held me above anyone else. It was clearly written upon your chest. And instead of getting Mum, the silly little bugger got my name. I said to him, do you get questioned by your girlfriend? He said, yeah, but fuck 'em, Mum. We were like 2 peas in a pod, and no matter what life threw at us, we would have each other's back to the end. Sleep peacefully, my beautiful boy. I know you will be with me wherever I go, and I will be sure to look for you and all the signs you show. Please watch over all our family, because we will never be the same. You are that one piece of the puzzle that will be forever missing, and we will not be complete without you. I love you, and I'm so proud of who you were each and every day, and we'll miss you until we meet again. Mac recently sent me a song saying that when he heard the words, he thought of me straight away, and some of the words are us all over. I'd now like to share that song with you.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it, there's no way I can pay you back. But the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama,
place no one above you,
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you?
Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out and started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You're just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
And dear mama,
place no one above you,
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know
some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama,
place no one above you,
you all appreciate
it. Don't you know we love you, sweet
it. Dear mama, dear mama.
Thank you, Jodie. Takes amazing strength. Jada and Kiyomi, well done. Brother Corey has a tribute.
So I haven't written anything down because I've got 1,000,001 stories I could tell you guys. But just a couple of things that really stood out for me and our friendship, relationship, marriage. So the first time I ever met Meraki, I was in grade 4. It was my first day of primary school in Tasmania, and it was raining this day, and I walked it was playing dodgeball in the gym, and I walked in there, and he was on the far side of the gym, and he had pink hair, the 8-wash pink, and he was the loudest kid in there. And I don't know how, but by the end of the couple of games of dodgeball, we just clicked. And I noticed a push bike on my way to school this day, and it was a cool little bike, had a lean back seat, stump pegs in it, and I said to Mac when we was walking out, I said, "There's this cool bike out here, I want to take it, I reckon." And he goes, "Which one?" And I said, "No, there." He goes, "No, you're not, that's my bike." And so we went to my house and asked my mum and dad if I could go to my new friend's house, and they said yes, and I didn't have a bike at the time, so I was on the stump pegs, and we went down to Mac's place, and we walked in, and Auntie Jode and her friends were having a smoke, and she said, "Mac, what are you doing, Brick?" And he's like, "That's right, Mum, his parents do that as well." So from then on, from then on, we was right from skating to riding bikes and wrestling on the mattresses and getting your way in the new wrestling moves we learnt, to rallying cars and riding bikes. But most of all, it stuck out in mine was with the boys. We was literally only in primary school when we watched that movie, and the day that I can remember the day he rang me up. I didn't even know what him and Natalie was having, and he rang me up and he's like, guess what, we're calling him Jamal. I said, "Oh, so you're having a boy then?" And I said, "Well, you got to stick with that now," and they did. But not more that really meant to me than the hard times in my life that I've just recently gone through. No one more than anyone than Mac. I've lost my mother, and then 8 months later my dad had a heart attack and passed away. Mac was with me for my mum, but no more than the day I was standing outside the hospital lost, didn't know what to do or where to go. And next thing you know, I just heard loud footsteps come flying down the road. And he ran around the corner, he actually nearly ran straight into me. And he ran from Kiomi's house in Stirling Street to the hospital to make sure I was alright and I had someone there with me. And I just remember him holding me. He couldn't even talk, he was that much out of breath.
When you come back in the shed that night.
Yeah. And so I just knew then it really meant to me how much he meant to me or I meant to him. And I really felt like I had someone all my life, but no more than that day then. But there wasn't always love and happiness in our relationship. I could count 6 or 7 times where we actually had to physically do something to each other. And no more than one time we was at Maddie's place and we'd had a few drinks and Mac was outside for a while. It was only me, Maddie and my older brother and Mac's girlfriend at the time. I'm Maddie's girlfriend at the time. Next thing you know, Maddie's front door come flying off the hinges and Mac come in going off his head. Thought someone had been calling him names from outside or something. And so I tried calming him down and we got into a bit of a tiffle. And he got a bit serious and I actually had to hurt him to stop him this time. And so I left and Maddie put him in the shower and that, and he rang me as we did and telling each other we loved each other 5 minutes later. And so he must have got picked up by the police the next day or something. And I hadn't actually spoke to him. And Auntie Jode asked me to go to court with her on the Monday. And I said, oh, yep, no worries. We got into a bit of a tuffle the other day, though. And we were sitting in the courtroom, me, Auntie Jode and his girlfriend at the time. And he's walked out and he had a couple of black eyes and a fat lip. And Auntie Jode stood straight up in the back of the court and said, what the fuck happened to his face? And his girlfriend at the time said, oh, that's what Corey done to him. And I was I felt Auntie Jode's glare at me at the time, and I just didn't take my eyes off Mac, and I will never forget he just looked at me and winked and mouthed the words, I love you, brother. And I did the same back. And as he did many times, he was always putting the blame on me. No more than one time we left, I think we was actually still in primary school, and we snuck out. Mac's bedroom was upstairs and we climbed down the balcony. And we had the mattresses set up in the rumpus room. And we was out pretty late for primary school kids. And as Mac knew every tin can or whatnot was in the shed, so he snuck in nice and quietly, me behind him not knowing where things was, hid every tin can and whatnot coming through the shed. And as we got inside, we heard footsteps coming down the stairs, so we both jumped down behind the mattresses that we had piled up. And it was Nath, and he stood at the sliding door for about 20 minutes, half an hour nearly, I reckon. I nearly fell asleep while he was standing there. And next thing you know, he just said the words, make the most of it, Meraki, Corey won't be staying again. but that didn't stop us. But most of the times we had were fun and enjoyable, but we'll never forget the last time I seen Meraki. He reached out to me, went to the mother of my kid's house and told me he needed to see me. I went and seen him and all he was worried about was you, Auntie Jode, to tell me I needed to go and see you. You had a bit of bad news and stuff like that. And we went back over to Somerset for a smoke, and he said he had to go to Burnie, but he had to go and see a few people, but he didn't have the fuel in his car at the time, his mate's car at the time. So I let him have a go. I haven't told Auntie Jode this yet. So I let him have a go of the motorbike, and he left and he come back an hour or so later, and he stopped in the front yard, and I opened up the window. I said, what are you doing? He shook his head at me. He goes, this thing's fucking hectic in the wet, bruv. And so I said, yeah, put it round the back, and then he stalled it on the grass. And we used to love shit stirring each other, that was our relationship. So, and then I told him to put it round the back, and he stalled it on the grass, and he said to me, oh, I'm just trying not to rip the front lawn up. And I said, you're shaking, mate. You're shit scared of it. And he gets round the back and he takes the helmet off with a big grin on his face and he goes, thanks for that, bruv. That's the first time I've rode 1,000. But I'll never forget that. And mine and his bond was unbreakable from a young age. And I just really need to be up here to show that to him, that my appreciation, respect and actual true love for the person he really was. I love you, brother. Rest in peace, mate. Thanks.
Well done, Corey. Cherish those memories. A couple of tributes that have come in today. The first is from his partner, Kayla, that I would like to share with you. Kayla writes, I will forever be thankful I was able to have had you in mine and the kids' lives. Even though it won't be forever like we had planned, you will be forever in my heart. We will never forget you. You had such an impact on both our boys, especially Hunter. You two had an unbreakable bond from the moment you met. You instantly loved both of them and would constantly tell them so. The love my boys also have for you astounds me, and I'm so grateful that they had such an amazing role model as their stepdad. I just wish they could have had more of their lives with you before we lost you. You completely changed me for the better. You opened up my heart and emotions. I finally learnt that I actually could enjoy affection. It just had to be with the right person. You are the love of my life. We had our whole future planned, and it absolutely breaks me that we won't get to achieve any of our plans. I'll miss the shit stirring we would do to each other daily. We knew exactly how to wind the other one up just the right amount. You were the most caring, considerate, kind-hearted, beautiful person that would go above and beyond for the people you cared about. You were so loved, and it was for a good reason. I can't imagine my life without you. I can't stand the thought of it, and I am truly broken without you. But I know you'll be watching over us and wanting me to be strong and to keep being the most amazing mother like you'd constantly tell me I am. Thank you for being in my life. I love you so much, forever and always, and miss you like crazy. And from Mason, dear Mac, you left us way too early. I wish I'd gotten the chance to let you know I love you. I thought of you like a second dad. In such a short time you taught me so much. You were always there for me and always protected me. We always loved to wrestle, and I will forever miss you. Love, Mason. And the final one is from Jack and my family. Life won't be the same without seeing your face or hearing your voice again. I'll forever cherish our memories, the memories we have, that being almost 20 years worth. I don't have many stories fit for a funeral. You were the most beautiful, loving, caring and full noise person I had ever met. When you'd visit, you'd make sure you'd see the kids, and if they weren't home, it was always, make sure you tell the kids Uncle Max said hello and I love them. Without fail, you'd ask if I needed anything or if I was all right. You never left without making sure my wood box and fire was full. So it was one less thing I had to worry about. We never ever left one another or hung the phone up without saying love you. I hope you know I'll forever love you, Meraki. I'll miss the times like the night you and Corey rocked up and for a few hours you two were playing a game of Mario Karts in my goddamn lounge room on the girls' little ride-on bike things. You had me in stitches. You loved your fishing even though you sometimes forgot to take your rod. The bond we had was unbreakable. You had my back and I had yours, even if one of us was in the wrong. That part didn't matter. You do whatever you could for us and I would for you. You were stupid loyal for those dearest to you. You were proud of your family and you loved them with your entire being and you made sure everyone knew. My first proper run-in with the law was with you. We broke into the boat place out at Wivenhoe and got some fuel, only a few minutes later to be pulled over and done. The thing was, it was two-stroke. We couldn't even use it anyway. That's right. I believe that's where our friendship really formed. We knew we had each other's back. Fucking two-stroke, eh? You were my rock. You made everything better, even when I thought my world was crumbling. I remember you bringing me flowers on Valentine's Day so that you knew that I knew I was loved. It was the sweetest. You were there for the good, the bad and the fucked up. You were keen to do anything, even if it was super fucked up. I'll miss your love more than anything. My heart is broken, but I'm relieved you're at ease now. I'll miss that infectious smile, that smart-ass mouth, and your beautiful, warm, kind-hearted soul. I love you so much and will miss you so much. Thank you for being you. I'll see you soon. Love, Jack and the kids. And from the boys inside, I think that's inside. They send their love and condolences to everybody. Love you forever, Macca. From Dave, Corey Broderick, Simon Wigg, Corey Cadbury, Shane Brown and Ben Chatters. Beautiful tributes for a beautiful, beautiful man. Mac, we will always wish you stayed longer with us and that you had not chosen to die in this way. But we will now set you free as you travel on to a new day. We will always remember you and all that you have given to us in your shortened life, and we will value who you were for us. To love someone is to risk the pain of parting. Not to love is never to have lived. The grief which we now experience is the honouring of our love. It is now time to lay our much-loved son, brother, uncle, father and mate to rest. Would you all please stand? Mac, the many people whose lives you have touched will remember you with deep affection and warmth. The story of your life is ended, but the part you played in theirs continues to affect the people you cared about. May your love be reflected in all who knew you, and may you continue to live on through the lives of those you leave behind. Your legacy lies in the love you held for your family. And so, into the freedom of wind and sunshine, we will let you go. Into the dance of the moon and planets, we will let you go. Into the wind's breath and the hands of the star maker, we will let you go. And into the sadness and smiles of our memories, we let you go. Go safely, go with love in your heart, and may you forever be at peace. Now, in sorrow but without fear, we commit the body of Meraki Shaka James Mansell, Mac, to the elements and ultimately to Mother Earth, from which all life comes and to which in the end all life returns. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Grateful for the life that has been lived and for all that life has meant to us, may we resolve that while we live, we will strive with all our might to make our living of real worth. Mac, go forth from this world knowing that you are loved beyond measure, that you will be missed more than words can say, that you will be remembered and cherished, and that love will never end. We will hold you close within us, and there you will remain to be with us throughout our lives until we meet again. Mac will now take his final journey to OPM's Heaven is a Half Pipe. Would members of the Rosebery Toorak Football Club form your guard of honour? And everybody, would you follow Mac on his journey out to the concourse where we will release white doves? Thank you.
Before I wake, at least in heaven I could skate. 'Cause right now on earth I can't do jack without the man up on my back. Now heaven will be a DJ spinning dub all night long, and heaven will be just kicking back with Jesus back on my ball. And if you don't believe in Jesus, then Muhammad or Buddha too. And while the world is roaring, we're gonna sit back and laugh at you, singing, if I die before I wake, at least in heaven I could skate. 'Cause right now on earth I can't do jack without the man up on my back. Now when most people think of heaven, they see those pearly gates, but I looked a little closer and there's a sign that says do not skate. So if you wanna come to my heaven, well, we all gonna have a ball, and everyone you know is welcome, 'cause we got no gates or walls, singing, if I die before I wake, get up, at least in heaven I could skate. 'Cause right now on earth I can't do shit, get up, without the man fucking with it. And then I got to the gate, I pulled out a list that I've been calling fake. I'm sorry friend, you can't come in, you got a list here that doesn't end. You're mad 'cause I smoke dope, you teaching any classes in how to cope. I find a place to rest my head, I'd rather be alone now that I'm dead. Like Christian also way back in 87, we'll be busting cross nails until we get to heaven. Think I really care that I miss biology, got my education in stale physiology. With all your rules, you got to chill. I'm gonna twist out like I'm Mike McGill. I'm gonna twist out 'cause I got the skills. Gonna twist out 'cause I got the skills. Before I wake, at least in heaven I could skate. 'Cause right now on earth I can't do jack without the man up
pipe.